All right, good morning to you. A couple things to go over for you today as we are monitoring the heat and the humidity on the upward trend. Right now we have an air quality alert that will be in effect through the course of the day today, and that will run all the way through about midnight. That's because we have high heat, high humidity, and of course that will increase our risk of elevated emissions in the atmosphere that will potentially grow above what is federally mandated as safe. So not for everybody, but those in the sensitive groups, this will be unhealthy for some. So trying to avoid being outside, especially during those peak heating hours today, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. if you have those breathing issues. Now, again, that's due to elevated ozone in the atmosphere, combination of our weather conditions today responsible for that. So if you can, perhaps walk to work today while it's still reasonable outside before it really heats back up. Consider carpooling and consider waiting until after 7 p.m. to refuel your car, your gas tank, in order to reduce some emissions on a day like today. Dew points are elevated back to that miserable zone near 70 for our maximum dew point temperature. So because of that, we're not only going to heat up through the 90s, we're going to feel more like 100. As we approach the 3 o'clock hour today, still mostly sunny, a little hazy, 92. We are forecasting high up to about 94 here in the Indy Metro and into the low 90s elsewhere. Now, again, it's that moisture content to the air that has prompted this heat advisory, going to run from noon to 8 today up to 100 for your maximum heat index, especially along and north of the I-70 corridor and across the northern tier of the state. Much of the same tomorrow. Not expecting a major change here as this dome of high pressure still remains relatively in control. Another day where we are headed back to the low to mid 90s across central Indiana. Tomorrow, though, however, we are going to be watching a weak boundary try to slide south. Still expecting your heat index to top out near 100 in advance of that front arriving during the latter part of the afternoon hours on Thursday. That will increase our rain chance. Not a lot for Thursday, but around 20%. I especially believe on Friday that rain chance is going to become more widespread. We're going to increase that from a 20% to a 70% coverage area. This takes us through 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. Notice a stray pop-up going to be possible here with the heat of the day. And then as we start to lose some of that daytime heating, rain chance wraps up. This boundary actually starts to retreat back to the north a bit Friday morning. And then as we get into Friday afternoon, we will be on the warm, the humid side of all of this. And that will increase the coverage area of our rain by Friday afternoon. That will stay pretty active until the sun goes down again on Friday. Now, this front eventually will sweep across the state, but likely not until about Sunday morning. So that keeps our pattern still pretty active with some scattered storms and a high near 90 on Saturday. And the temperature slowly going to start to trend downward. After a stormy start Sunday, we're looking at highs in the upper 80s dropping to the mid 80s by next Tuesday.